what they say, not even day one in office, and already out here attacking marginalized communities, aka the trans community. Then from there, they're gonna attack the gay community, the lesbian community, and then from there they're gonna attack the black community, and then from there they're gonna attack the Asian American community, and then just make their way down. And then the last community they're gonna attack is those poor white people. But all along, these poor white people think they walk on water. Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, this is class warfare. The sooner people figure that out, the better. And then once we're able to come together as a class, the working class against the rich, then a majority of this stuff wouldn't be able to be pulled off and everything, because we would be one class. But no. Everybody's around here, running around here with their heads cut off, like a chicken with their head cut off, basically. And man, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised about that Donald Trump's coming out claiming that, oh, there's only two genders. There's only male and female. Man, dang, that's just Western culture for you. Box everybody into a box, and then say that people don't exist out of those boxes. Meanwhile, we know that genderqueer people exist, trans people exist, intersex people exist, and those are facts. Okay, so this man can come out and declare that there's two genders, but okay, so what? So what? So you think, me personally, you think I'm gonna follow a man who is a complete clown and don't know and and doesn't know anything about anything, basically? Talking nonsense about if they manage the forest and rake the leaves, and wildfires wouldn't be as bad as they are. Nah, I'm not about to listen to that clown about anything. So that right there, declaring there's only two genders, and then trying to ban gender affirming care for minors, trying to make trans youth lives difficult. There's nothing surprising here. I mean, trans people are more resilient than a lot of other people. I mean, black people would be able to relate, but in the black community, you have some people who look down upon their LGBT part of their community and everything, because I hate to say it like this, but the black community is one of the most transphobic and homophobic communities out there. And I'm a black person. I'm speaking from experience on this. I'm speaking from experience, from what I've witnessed firsthand. So that's why I say I'm a minority within a minority within a minority. Okay? That's why I'm not surprised at this. So when people say oh well why weren't you there supporting this this cause and this cause and this cause? Because them people weren't there when my community was on the line. So why am I gonna stick my neck out? Basically, what it comes down to, why am I gonna stick my neck out when our shit is on the line, and then you be like, oh, hey, well, come after them or whatever. Come after them or whatever. But no. So I'm basically saying I'm not surprised by this nonsense that's coming out of the Trump administration, because it's all gonna be chaos. So you have Donald Trump declaring that there's only two genders, and they're gonna do away with this whole gender identity stuff or whatever. Okay, whatever, bro. Just be like, I'm like this. Just because you declare something, don't mean that's reality. I mean, because we all know before people came out, there were still a lot of transgender people, LGBT people out there in the world. It's just that people were keeping the shit to themselves. Because one thing I did learn from my grandparents is like, don't tell everybody your business. Don't tell everybody your business. Because the reason why is because them people that you tell your business to or whatever will start looking at you sideways sometimes. And sometimes you just don't need all that heat and everything. So that's why some of us are in what they call it stealth mode and everything. Because we don't have time for your nonsense. Because some of y'all are just so closed-minded that you can't see left from right. And you can't see the game that's being played on you. Because you're so distracted. You're so distracted by people that are different from you, because you just don't want to understand and put yourself in their shoes or whatever, and you want to force your way of living on others that are different from you. I mean, that's the whole premise of the X-Men comic books. That's the whole premise right there. X-Men comic books is also based on the civil rights, but it also can relate to the LGBT community, because the superheroes are mutants, right? And so some of y'all look at the trans community as mutants or whatever. You just can't understand, like, why someone would do that to themselves. Oh, because newsflash, there is a such thing as gender identity dysphoria, or you can say gender identity disorder. Whichever term you want to use or whatever. But that is actually a thing. That is a thing. But because of your lack of empathy and sympathy for people that are different from you, you go around fear-mongering about people you go around fear-mongering about people that you don't know about, because you don't want to know about them, because then that would pull your worldview into question, and then that would have you start questioning things that you were taught when you were growing up from your closed-minded relatives. Yeah, this all comes back around like a big circle. It all comes back around and everything, because they say all this BS is taught when you're growing up, because your parents what they call it, basically reinforce set gender norms instead of you just naturally, like, coming into it and everything. They reinforce it all starting from birth and everything. And the stuff that they buy and everything like that, like confirming that, like, this child's a boy, this child's a girl, etc., etc. And then when they realize that child doesn't, like, fit into those boxes or whatever, then they start to freak out. Instead of just, like, just letting the child become themselves. Themselves. Because at the end of the day, those children that you have, they are individuals. They are individuals. You can force your beliefs on them and your opinions on them, but at the end of the day, they're gonna figure it out. And it would be best, in my opinion, that you tell the truth to them. Be upfront, tell them the truth about what reality that they're living in. Because, hey, for me, I wish my parents had did that for me. They tell me the cesspool of a country that I happen to be born in. Because the United States is a cesspool. Oh my God. Like, this is a nation of immigrants. And the nonsense that is happening right now is just going to lead this country into a total collapse. And me, I'm going to be sitting back eating my popcorn when the collapse happens. Because I'm not going to be caught out. So, you have that coming out of the Trump administration. And then you also have Donald Trump trying to declare the end of birthright citizenship. Oh, newsflash on that, buddy. There is a such thing as the 14th Amendment. So the only way you can declare that is if y'all rectify amend the Constitution. And I don't see that happening, clown. I don't see that happening. Because of what you gonna get a majority of Republicans to, like, amend that? Last time I checked, newsflash, y'all have a slim like slim majority in the House. So that's not gonna work. So I'm not gonna waste any energy, fearing about birthright citizenship. That is a non-issue, right there. Okay, so from the trans stuff to the birthright citizenship to let's say trying to say that the Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of America. That is preposterous. That is preposterous. Ain't no one taking that serious but the MAGA chud clowns who drink that Kool-Aid from you. Donald Trump. Ain't no one about to be changing no maps or anything like that. Get out of here with that. That's nonsense. So you got that. And then then the other thing that I wasn't surprised that he did is he pardoned all them traitors. He pardoned all them traitors who January 6th rioters and everything. What is it? 1,500 that he pardoned? Yeah, because I blame that all on Joe Biden and Merrick Garland. And the reason why I put Joe Biden's name out there is because he nominated Merrick Garland to be the Attorney General, and Merrick Garland was the weakest Attorney General ever. The weakest. Slowballing all them cases and everything. Slowballing all them cases. That's why we know that if it was someone of a different complexion, it wasn't some rich, white, male, privileged individual, he would have already been in jail. He would have already been in jail. And that's something right there, besides the trans issues aside, that's something right there that I'm never gonna let go. That's why I say that the United States is a cesspool. You can't sit up here and say this is a country of law and order and the person in the White House is a convicted felon. Get out of here with that. No way in hell. No way in hell. No way in hell. So spare me with all this high and mighty talk and everything. And then also you got some bootlicker from South Africa named Elon Musk parading around here, and he a clown too. And anyone who buys his products, Tesla, that god-awful Cybertruck, invested in that SpaceX BS, you're a traitor too. I said it. You're a traitor too. Because now is the time to find out who is really a patriot and who isn't a patriot. Because that BS that Elon Musk did the other day ago, we all know what that was. And to the ones of y'all who are trying to make excuses or come up with some other thing saying he didn't do that salute. He didn't do that salute. You are a clown. You are a clown. And you are a traitor. Because we all know what we saw. We all know what we saw. And you can't blame this on no autism or anything like that. Spare me with that nonsense. Spare me. Yeah, so I'm on this platform right here, on my TikTok, my Instagram, my YouTube. I'm going to be expressing all of this right here. So if you don't like it, you know where to go. Right off my feed. That's where you can go. So with that, y'all have a good one. Because me, I'm going to be a part of the resistance. So don't be bringing that nonsense. Don't be bringing that BS towards me or whatever. Because I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. Yeah, so y'all have a good one. Bye.